I just want to turn the clock back a few months. You've mentioned that about world records that you've broken. In the Europeans in 2009, the world over here started to hear about Totalas, and no doubt you saw every test that horse did. Could you have ever thought that you might beat those scores? Or could anyone have ever thought you might beat those scores? But that what at the time was the magical horse. I mean, that must have been awesome.
Yeah, no, I mean, it was quite funny because I was talking to Edward at Olympia actually when I just smashed his Grand Prix. Not only did I do his special in Hagen, and then at Olympia smashed his Grand Prix record, so that was quite a nice feeling to be able to do that. But yeah, I mean, Allegro is that horse of a lifetime. I mean, he's just unbelievable, and you know, you go in the arena with such confidence and such will. You know he's going to perform. He never goes in there to let you down. And to have a horse and be able to ride a horse like that is once in a lifetime.
I don't actually know whether you've met before today, but this is Ellie Harris from Country File. Ellie rode as a child, hasn't ridden, she wants to take up riding again. And I sort of almost get the vibe sitting here when you're listening to Charlotte thinking, I'm going to get that horse sooner rather than later.
Exactly right. I was very, very much inspired. My daughter, she can just wait. She's 3. I was thinking I'll wait till she's 6, but I'm just going to go for it. You're very inspiring.
Oh, thank you.
And actually, Country File did cover it. Did you a bit? Was that before the Olympic Games?
Yeah.
I think it's time.
No, it was before Olympia.
Oh, before Olympia, was it? Okay.
Yeah.
I also want to ask you, because I think, you know, it is about stepping stones, although you didn't have many stepping stones. Maybe you'd like us to mention Fernandez was the horse that you owned and then sold, because you were quite disappointed to have to sell that. And again, related to something Alistair said, I expect. Tell us about Fernandez and why you sold him.
Fernandez was a horse that I bought, well, my mum bought him for me actually through inheritance money. My family didn't have lots of money, and you know, my nan passed away and my mum got some inheritance money, and we went to this auction. It was my first ever dressage horse, and he bolted with somebody, and my mum went, oh, that's perfect for Charlotte, she loves them. She loves them fast. So we ended up getting this horse Fernandez, and I was really lucky. I trained with Judy Harvey for 4 years, and he taught me an awful lot, and so did Judy. And then I obviously went to Carl with him, and he was my first Grand Prix horse, and he was a really, really special horse. But you know, I got him. I did years of competing in Grand Prix with him, and then unfortunately I had to sell him financially. I had to. You know, we had to do it for me to be able to carry on doing what I wanted to do. It was the only way, and it's heartbreaking, you know, because, you know, he was 10 when I sold him. I'd had him since he was 3. I knew him inside out. You know, I could get on him with a head collar and rope, run through the Grand Prix. You know, he was just an amazing horse.
Really?
Yeah.
With a head collar and rope?
A head collar and rope, bareback, just go around, and I could do the whole lot. It was great, and. You know, he was just that sort of horse that, you know, you could have fun on, and he was never going to be a horse like Allegro. As special as he was, especially to me, he was never a horse that was going to be able to get the 90s and the 80s that Allegro got. And I knew I had got the most out of him, and I knew then that I could pass that, give him to somebody that could get probably what I got out of him. And, you know, rather than me keep pushing him for more and more, I thought, you know, it'd be nicer for someone to take him and have him and enjoy him and have what I had out of him, and she has, and the lady that's got him has absolutely loved him and cherished him, and he's gone for a home for life.
He's got to Sweden, isn't he, or something?
Denmark.
Denmark, close. I just want to talk about your life, because, and I mean this really sincerely, you are an inspiration, but the reason you're an inspiration is because you didn't have it easy. You didn't have, you know, you didn't come from an elitist background, and only 10 years ago you started dressage. Now there's probably how many people do dressage in the arena or follow dressage? How many have been riding for more than 10 years doing dressage? But you haven't got a gold medal in Olympic Games. I don't understand that. What's going on? You know, 10 years ago, and what are you, 27 or something?
Yeah.
That's, Alistair, that's a bit unbelievable, isn't it?
It is, and she said two things in the last 5 minutes which made a tear come to my eye, because it's, again, about what this sport is. She is galactic, stellar. We bow down, you know, there are very, very few in her league. Her mum is replicated in the hundreds, all over the country. Mums who will say they'll put themselves second for their daughters or their sons. That is fantastic. And the second thing she said is, you take a horse to the best possible level, and you then let somebody else enjoy the fruits of your hard work while you move on to the next one. Those are both wonderful thoughts that we should really cherish and really admire. Wonderful.
Roy, from Charles Owen's point of view, tell us about, I want to talk about Charlotte's hat, because we talked about it, about Charlotte wearing it, but that design and those colours were made specifically for Charlotte, were they? Was that design, was that, tell us about that.
It's really great to have a sponsored rider who really wants to push us to actually come up with new designs.
Well, I'll stop there, right? Roy was well out of date. I was like, I got with Roy and I was like, Roy, we've got to change a few things here. He was like, everything was black. I'm like, we don't do black, Roy, we do blue. We don't do black. And he was insisting, no black. No, Roy, we don't do black, we do blue. So I came up, I said, right, Roy, come round. So Roy came round to my house and we went, right, this is what I want, this is what we're going to do. And Roy did it. And obviously my tailcoat is on my piping for the team, it's red and white. And my tailcoat's blue, so that's where I got my design for my hat. But Roy's really good, because obviously I am, like Roy says, very outspoken, and I like quite funky things. I like to be different, I like to try different things, and you know, everybody loves to have a hat which they can make, you know, like if they can put their colours on it, it's great. It's good fun to be able to do, to have it if that's your colour.
In fact, Roy yesterday called you a trendsetter.
Yeah.
I think that's what you are.
Yes, we'll just have to see whether the crocodile, the crocodile helmet and the crocodile boot.
Yeah, they do go. They do
trimming.
Hey, if my wife or daughter could see those boots, they'd have them off those legs. No doubt at all. Fabulous pair of boots. Ellie, there's been a little bit of a slight problem during this discussion. Alistair's rather mucked things up for you. Did you hear that?
Really?
Mothers have got to support the daughters to go riding, and you haven't got a horse yet.
No.
Can she wait for a bit and do it for herself first, Alistair? Because the daughter's only 3.
Clemmy, who's now 27, had her first pony when she was 8, but she'd been working with it in a livery yard without knowing it was going to be hers if it all worked out okay from the age of 7. I mean, I think in all seriousness, and again I defer to your expertise not as a dressage person, but as a horsewoman, I think familiarity and confidence at the earliest possible age is quite a good thing. But don't expect them to be doing 1.40 m when they're 5. Otherwise they'll have an accident, they'll be spooked out and what have you.
Yeah.
Just very gradual. But 7-8 I think is a good, realistic target period. Yeah.
I'm not sure I'm going to be that one who drives around and does all the supporting role of the mother, but we'll see. We'll see how it
I bet you are. I bet you are when it comes to it.
Yeah.
And when you come to buy the pony, Freddie Stewart.
Charlotte, what have you got in the yard at the moment? Because you've got your own yard.
No, I'm still with Carl.
Oh, you're still with Carl?
Yeah. Well, I call Carl Grandad, so yeah, I'm still with Grandad.
I heard that. I wasn't going to mention that. What have you got to ride this summer? Obviously, Vallegro's all being well, fingers crossed you'll still have it, but you've got some nice young horses?
Yep, I've got some other younger horses. It's nice, so I've got a few of my own now, up and coming behind. I had some from like babies, which are now, I've broken this year, so they're now 4, so it's nice to have some of my own. And then obviously I'm still riding for Carl, and got some nice, 7 and 8 year olds up and coming, so yeah, it's exciting.
And we're just over a year away from the World Equestrian Games in Normandy. Are you guys, when I say you guys, I mean Carl and you and all the other riders, Laura, is that a focus now?
Absolutely. I mean, obviously we've got the Europeans this year.
Of course we've got Europeans in Denmark first, haven't we?
Yeah, we've got the Europeans this year, and then obviously the World Equestrian Games. So I would love to do the World Equestrian Games, obviously, because that's not something I've done. So it'd be great to contend in that.
Great. I just thought, there might be one or two people in the audience who might like to ask you a question, Charlotte. Is anybody would like to put their hands up? Does anyone have any questions for Charlotte? Is this going to be a very, very rare opportunity to ask Charlotte a question? So please, do come forward if you'd like. Gladys, I think, has got a microphone. Would anyone like to put... There's a lady at the top at the back there, Gladys. Thank you very much.
I'd just like to know what your favourite movement is to perform.
My favourite movement?
Did we... Yeah, okay, just repeat that.
Your favourite movement?
Probably the Piaf. I like doing Piaf. Carl always says I'm talented for doing that, and yeah, no, I enjoy doing that.
Any other questions for Charlotte? I can't see behind me. Are there any other hands behind me? No. Okay. There's one here. Sorry, Gladys. I tell you, whereabouts? Let me just run over with my microphone.
I mean, obviously your achievements have been absolutely fantastic, and we're really proud of you as an adopted Channel Islander. But what would you do on an average day, like a non-competition day, preparation-wise? How would you go about preparing the horses?
Okay, our horses at the yard are worked 4 days a week. So on a Monday and a Tuesday, they school. Monday, Tuesday schooling. Wednesday they hack. Thursday, Friday they school. Saturday they hack. Sunday they have a day off. Like Vallegro's normal routine is he would hack for half an hour up the road before I school him. He then has a 45-minute schooling session, and then he hacks half an hour after I've ridden him, just so that he goes on different ground. Carl's like, you know, he likes him not to stay on soft. He goes up. It's good that he goes on the hard ground, and you know, makes his legs a bit stronger as well, being on the roads.
Thank you, Mark. As a